$4 billion. That's how much it's going to probably take Binance in talks to pay more than $4 billion to end CZ criminal case, or to end the US criminal case, and CZ could still face charges. So, Binance has been operating for some time in US with Binance US. So, smash that like button if you haven't already, and let's talk about this, because this one is a pretty important one. And we have been waiting to hear more on what exactly has CZ to say. But Binance Holding Ltd will be asked to pay $4 billion to settle U.S. Department of Justice accusations of multiple criminal violations, which could end up in jail. According to a report from Bloomberg, negotiations between the Department of Justice show leaving the possibility that its founder CZ Zhao would also face criminal charges. Binance has also a lengthy investigation by U.S. authorities for money laundering, bank fraud, and violating U.S. sanctions. But this time, BNB price pumped by 5%, which is pretty good. Spokesperson with the Department of Justice is entitled to comment to CoinDesk. Binance didn't immediately respond. So one person said that we're not going to, talk about it because it's a private case. Most likely, I'm suspecting. Binance and CZ have faced investigations and accusations on multiple fronts in the U.S., including related to enforcement actions earlier this year at the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission and Commodity Future Trading Commission. If the company agrees to be fined by the U.S. for more than $4 billion, that will represent one of the largest settlements in crypto history. But we're not too sure what exactly is happening behind the works, We just know that Binance was under a lot of pressure, but Binance rallied by 5% because this does mean potentially that after this is solved, they're going to be saying, yeah, okay, you can actually work. You can actually go work. You can go ahead with U.S. extradition treaty or set foot in the U.S. territory in order to face those charges. So, do I think personally CZ is going to go to jail? No. Do I think he could get a smaller sentence or fine? Yeah. I mean, he could still face charges. But what's saying right here is, well, very simply put, that he could be facing charges. So if we check here, wow, okay, so this is what he could be facing, all of these stuff, little things over here. Very, very concerning, obviously, but not that bad at all. But I do think that if Binance US operates, they didn't have that much income. I don't know how much Binance gained, Binance US gained. I guess it's more than 4 billion potentially in crypto-ish. 4 billion is a lot of money. But Binance, to avoid this, Binance can make that in a few days, in a few months, in a bull run. So they want to play it safe here, and the Binance settlement could help up Binance in the long term. So if you guys want more content like this was just a quick update. What do you guys think about this? Smash that like if you haven't already, and I'll keep you guys updated with more news. Peace, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you're all doing fantastic today. So I sure am doing good. I hope you are too, because what we are seeing today is something absolutely incredible. There's a ton of securities, and you need to know which ones are which, because if you don't know, guess what? You could be buying a security that if the SEC wants to dump it or take it down, it most likely will. Binance Exchange and Coinbase Exchange and Kraken also saw security. So let's take a look at what cryptos are alleged to be proven security. These aren't legal classifications, but they tell them these are securities and we've been selling securities. FactCritical XRP recently won a court case that judged the XRPs as security in most cases. And this is a very complicated topic, but it's going to help you out to actually tell you what exactly is going on. And if you want to buy a token that might be in the future proved that it's a security, and then while dumping in the price. Because after cryptos are named as security, they do actually dump. Why? Because security is not something you really want. There's a ton of regulation behind it. There's tons of rules if you want to sell it. There's tons of rules if you want to buy it. And when they name it as security, it means it has to pass through certain check marks, like an ETF. Haha. But that being said, let's take a look. Not a security, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin Cash hasn't been defined. Also Bitcoin SV, raw Bitcoin. And also Bitcoin isn't considered a security. It probably won't be because they're going on an ETF. Ethereum is an extremely gray area. Ethereum is the biggest question mark because Ethereum is now going to be an ETF. So people are saying it's not a security, and I'm pretty sure Ethereum would have already, taken a stance if it was. Why Ethereum isn't security? Why are the assets addicted? There's so little clarity. XRP is not a security. The SEC was not pleased with the outcome and say it will go to trial, but appeal. For now, it seems like a major victory for the crypto markets. Coins and token that the SEC has called a security. Well, these are the ones that SEC basically said, hey, this is a security. So Ripple just won, and it was told it's absolutely not a security. This cost them about 500 million to prove it. So the court battle was like 100 to 200 million. This was one of the largest court battles in history. SEC are likely not securities. The SEC was not pleased with the outcome, and the case will go to trial or be appealed. Seems like the major victory for crypto market. The crypto market actually varied, but the SEC has called the following coins a security. And do note, all of these, except Solana, have actually dropped in price after the SEC called a security. So one of them is Cardano, Polygon, Cosmos, Near Protocol, Binance Coin. Binance Coin has dropped a lot because they have to pay a 4 billion fine. Filecoin, Algorand. And there was also a special list from Kraken. So Kraken recently got a lawsuit, and they also got called some coins of security. One of them was Gala, for example. Not too sure if it was Axie Infinity, probably not. But Gala, all these gaming tokens that I have to look. So below you can find executives that have been called securities by the SEC, Dash, Algorand, Naga, Monolith. They just did everything. I don't even know Inherit Real Estate. I don't know what this is. The Riverdale Rari Governance Token. Like, look at this. This is Terra USD was a security. Luna is a security. Mango is a alleged security. Ethereum Max. Holy shit, Ethereum Max. Does anyone remember this? BitConnect is a security, of course. Mirrored Twitter. I don't know what Mirrored Apple. I guess these are like small coins that you can basically buy as a stock. Nexo, Voyager, Paragon, Chiliz, Axie Infinity, Decentraland. Oh, here they are. Sandbox. So it's not Gala. It's actually Sandbox, Decentraland, Axie Infinity, Polygon, Cardano, all these basically tokens for the network. And security or not security, crypto will actually go on. So here you can find a full list of what exactly is a security, what isn't a security, and hopefully this helps you out. So I just want to help you guys with more info and knowledge. If you guys want more content like this, smash that like button, and peace, everyone. CZ just stepped down as basically the CEO of Binance. So that's a pretty crazy thing. So what's happening, everyone? Be sure to smash that like button. But Binance is no longer a baby, and just a heads up, he did say that he's going to be replaced. They're going to be 4 billion fine. People were worried about insolvency. In my honest opinion, I'm not too worried about them being insolvent. 4 billion for this exchange is nothing. Absolutely nothing, guys. And a lot of people, I'm worried about keeping money on Binance. I honestly don't think it's going to lay a dent. It's not the same situation as FTX. It's going to take a break. He's going to be basically investor in DeFi. If I look over here, he pled guilty.
Binance.com is embracing regulations all around the world.
There was a very strong need for the exchange that wanted to operate everything properly.
We welcome anyone to look under the hood for our business. I think we run a very clean business.
That his global cryptocurrency exchange would follow the rules, and his company grew. In 2021, its monthly trade volume was greater than the next 4 biggest exchanges combined. But behind this,
if Binance fails, guess what? All other exchanges are going to fail, because Binance is not just an exchange. It's actually having, 100 products here and there. It's getting a ton of products. And that's the difference. Like, Binance has a ton of other different interesting things that really people are excited about. And that's why I think Binance is going to... If Binance goes away, you can bet, just like with FTX, it had a ton of other projects and investments. Crypto is going to take like a 50% drop.
Binance was dodging regulations, and some naysayers said that the exchange was
a walking time bomb.
Now, CZ has stepped down as CEO and pleaded guilty to criminal charges in the US. His company will also plead guilty and agree to pay fines totaling $4.3 billion.
This is not that much in crypto. The difference between FTX and Binance is that Binance first is much bigger. Like crypto was top 5, top 3. And they didn't commingle. They didn't take these funds from users. So they're going to take these funds from their own like Seifu or their own deposits, like their own profits. But they're going to have to sell something. So they don't have 21 billion or 4 billion in cash. You know, they have 21 billion in crypto and 500k Bitcoin from what I heard.
Binance became the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. Now, Binance is paying one of the largest corporate penalties in U.S. history.
Here's how Binance skirted regulations to rise to the top before that same strategy brought it crashing down.
That's crazy, actually.
I think the value system is a key ingredient that drove us to the success.
So that's 2018. From 2018, 6.5 years, it became so big. Also, crypto went big. You know, Binance did fully helped with that.
That's very quickly.
This is CZ, back in 2018. He started the company a year earlier. Within 6 months, Binance surpassed older exchanges to become the largest exchange in the world.
So this is like in crypto history. So there was Kraken a long time. Kraken was there a long time. Coinbase was there a long time, but it's nowhere near that trading volume. You know, Binance, like everybody loved Binance because it had a good support. So if you have a good support, you retain the customer. Other supports were kind of slow from what I remember. And these exchanges, they made a ton of volume.
World by trade volume. That's partly because CZ set Binance's sights on going global early on. But as it grew, Binance ran into regulatory issues almost immediately.
Of course, there's going to be, you know, like countries against crypto that will say, hey, you can't just, you know, set up a shop in our place. You can't just, you know, open up shop and expect us to be okay with it. There, you have to do a ton of procedures, pay us fees, pay us money, but instead it just opened everywhere, right?
Immediately. First, with its original headquarters in China, where the government banned crypto exchanges soon after Binance was founded.
So we generally don't like to go up against governments. So we moved out of China. We're actually not, I mean, Tokyo right now personally.
And again after moving to Japan, which warned the company against conducting trades without a license. And after that, Binance stopped disclosing where it was based.
They won't say
so they moved from China to Japan, and they didn't really say where they're based. Now that's interesting. The Asian markets, they didn't want to keep Japan or China because of the repercussions.
They gave them the edge to serve customers from so many different
They didn't want to take the blame.
parts of the world.
So Binance doesn't have a bank account, doesn't have an office. So we're moving away from the company concept. We're really just an organization or a community that's working together.
But that's also when Binance's lack of a home base started to make operations more complicated, especially in the US. About a fifth of Binance's users at the time were
So 41 million users, that was a ton of money from the US.
based there. Binance's chief compliance officer at the time messaged a colleague, "We're operating as a unlicensed security exchange in the USA, bro," according to an SEC filing.
US regulators are known for being sort of tough and a lot of times like the first to really start looking at
So they fined them 4 billion, but I do think they made more profit than that.
Plan was for the site to use Binance's technology and brand, but operate independently of the original company and CZ. But behind the scenes,
it was pretty clear based on the dialogues that the intention there was to create a site that was for the US users only, but also at the same time allowing US users to continue to tap on the larger website to do their trading and bring US money in to the exchange.
both the SEC and the DOJ started investigating the company's actions and sent subpoenas to
So they investigated them for over 3-4 years.
Binance in 2020. And other countries followed suit.
It was one of the largest in
So let's check that. UK,
And
Thailand,
other countries
Japan, February 2021, Thailand, Japan to June 2021, UK, and then also US and
followed
Okay.
suit.
was one of the largest industry players in the world. We welcome regulations.
Despite mounting skepticism, the company still continued to grow. At the beginning of 2022, CZ's net worth was estimated to briefly jump to nearly $100 billion, ranking him among CEOs like Mark Zuckerberg and Warren Buffett.
He makes his persona be quite relaxed and, kind of easygoing. We know, though, that, when he's working and at work, he is pretty tough. And, according to all these US authorities that brought cases against Binance, in fact, CZ is extremely driven to make money.
But in 2023, following months of cratering
After this happened with FTX, basically the whole crypto markets collapsed. Like literally FTX was the pinnacle of like the big collapse because FTX was one of the biggest exchanges. Tons of people lost money.
crypto prices and the collapse of FTX and other firms, things began to fall apart. In March, the CFTC sued Binance, alleging that the company was continuing to operate illegally in the US. In May, the company pulled out of Canada, its only major market in North America, citing changes in regulation. Then in June, the SEC filed a lawsuit against CZ and Binance.
That's crazy.
Claiming
SEC says Binance misused customer funds, ran an illegal crypto exchange in the US.
that CZ had continued to maintain undisclosed
Now that's an interesting because there aren't really any rules for crypto, but still they got pretty screwed over. They got really screwed over.
control over Binance US. More countries began investigations, and the company pulled out of others, particularly in Europe. In July, Binance laid off an eighth of its staff,
This is also because of the bear market, I feel like.
and a number of core executives left the company. Then in November, Binance planned to pay the Department of Justice $4.3 billion in fines and plead guilty to a criminal charge. CZ pleaded guilty to
And no jail time, but there's gonna be like a case for him.
violating anti-money laundering requirements, a deal that may allow the company to continue operating. However, he will maintain his majority ownership.
Rather than
So that's pretty good. He can still be actually an advisor. So he did make a huge update on
The
that.
settlement, Binance will have to comply with several rules, and that means you're going to have a lot of
Declined to comment, but said in a public statement, these resolutions acknowledge
I guess this is a good thing for crypto because regulation is good right now. It's the only thing that will save crypto. If you guys want more content like this, smash that like button. I'll keep you guys updated with more news. Peace, everyone. The SEC just sued Kraken in the latest crackdown against crypto exchange. So what exactly is Kraken? And I'm honestly shocked. I'm honestly shocked a bit about this news because why was Kraken sued? It was one of those exchanges that was probably said to be the safest, but I think, and this is just my opinion because it was working in semi-US. So smash that like button and let's talk about this one because it's a pretty big one. The Security and Exchange Commission sued Kraken, one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges, on Monday, alleging that it illegally operated with registering a security exchange. And there was actually a ton of gaming coins called out, including Solana, which caused and slowed down the bull market rally. So what's going to happen next? And I'm going to be explaining the full situation of the Kraken lawsuit against, SEC against Kraken. One of the largest crypto exchanges on Monday alleging it had illegally operated with registering as a security exchange. They didn't go public. They didn't do that. And this is not the first time SEC did it. And a lot of people were predicting this is not going to be the last time, right? So it did in fact happen, and we got exactly what people were asking for. People being, more exchanges being sued. Nobody suspected that Binance and all other are going to be the last ones, and we saw it. The SEC said in a press release, Kraken had illegally made hundreds of millions of dollars since 2018. Was actually a smaller exchange. It wasn't that big as Binance. It was like medium-sized. Allegedly, it bribed investors of significant protections by operating well and registered. Lawsuits argues many of the crypto assets the customers trade on Kraken legally count as securities. So they counted Solana, they counted some gaming like Gala as securities. I'm going to show you which ones are actually securities. But the thing is, what you have to know is a lot of these were named securities. A lot of these gaming coins And all these kind of coins were named securities. Instead, Kraken has operated as security exchange, broken dealer, and clearing agency without registering with federal regulators. Kraken is also accused of having deficient internal controls and poor record-keeping practices that the SEC said present in a range of risk for its customers, including commingling its customer money with its own. Basically what FTX did. I'm not too sure if this is true or not. I guess because that's how the exchanges work. When you deposit, you have a full address. And, you know, there's a different deposit. There's tons of, like, how the exchanges work. It's a very sophisticated system. So they basically send you from one to there. That's the big difference. Paying operational expenses directly from accounts that hold customer cash. I guess they paid with crypto wallets their operational expenses, and they should have done that on a different account. I'm not too sure, but the lawsuit, which was filed in federal district court in San Francisco, asked a judge to prohibit Kraken from acting as unlicensed exchange and seeks disgorgement of ill-gotten gains plus interest and penalties. Ouch. But I do think they could be settling. This is my opinion. Kraken said in a statement it planned to defend its position in court. The company argued, I think Coinbase was also sued though. The complaint against Kraken alleges no fraud, no market manipulation, no customer losses due to hacking or compromised security, no breaches. This is true. Kraken was never hacked, never frauded, never scammed. And this is Kraken's first issue with the SEC. In February, Kraken agreed to stop offering its staking services and pay a penalty of $30 million as a settlement with the SEC. So, it had to pay $30 million. The lawsuit against Kraken, which has formal name of Payward and Payward Ventures, SEC chairman has indicated years for crypto would face tougher regulation, and they're going after exchanges first. Many cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin should be regulated under federal security laws, and arguing the market was full of fraud, scams, and abuse. SEC of being overly aggressive this year. SEC has also sued Binance, Coinbase, and Bixi. I have no idea what Bixi is. Filed against Binance in June, alleging that the company was operating an illegal exchange and misused customer funds. In March, the SEC charged Bixi, another cryptocurrency trading platform, for failing to register. Meanwhile, mega exchange FTX collapsed last year, and its founder. So after the FTX, everyone wants to sue. The SEC wants to sue everyone, basically. And yeah, we don't want the same happening with FTX fiasco. It's like the breaking stone. It's like a memorial. And, you know, basically FTX is going to have a hard time. The Bankman-Fried is going to have a hard time. So it's important to note what will happen next could be entirely situational. Anything could happen at this point. But I do think, in my honest opinion, I do think that there's a ton of possibilities here. I think Kraken could get a settlement. It's not over for Kraken. It's not like, oh, it's going to shut down. A lot of people probably withdraw their tokens. But right now with the market, it's not looking as bad as before. So it's not the worst and end of news. But Kraken really shocked me. Out of all, I thought Kraken was like the most legitimate. They always said, hey, we are here to like not mingle with funds. We're not here to do anything. But it was very popular in the US. So that's one thing to know. Smash that like button. I'll keep you guys updated with more news. And this is another thing that Kraken got listed that it had securities on the exchange. Solana is a security. Tons of gaming tokens are securities. People even said, you know, BNB is a token security. So we got to see. We got to see and look. And smash that like. And I'll keep you guys updated with more news. Peace, everyone.